A Southern Kentucky mother murdered, her body dumped in a sinkhole. Today, the man who admitted to killing her learned his sentence. Why the victim's mother says the punishment doesn't fit the crime.
You want to talk about an ugly weather day? We've got it going on across central and eastern Kentucky as of now, but I'm tracking some better stuff in time for the big holiday weekend.
A pile of trash is set on fire in a central Kentucky community. Find out why the federal government is now investigating, and the man who owns the property may have to pay fines.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. It's a dreary day across the bluegrass. There's light rain in some places and temperatures are 20 degrees below normal. You're looking live at our sky cam overlooking Center Point in downtown Lexington, where it's 53 degrees right now. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking the rain and the cooler temps on First Alert Defender. Chris?
Yeah, just absolutely nasty, as you mentioned out there, Jennifer. It's a day that is straight out of November or even March. Certainly not supposed to see many of these days here at the end of May, but unfortunately, hey, it's the hand we're dealt. We've got to play it. Live look outside here at Winchester Road over top of the Hamburg Pavilion area. As Jennifer mentioned, those temperatures, low 50s, humidity's way up there, a chilly northwesterly wind coming at us. A lot of drizzle, and we're seeing those low and mid 50s across most areas. WKYT weather watcher Jordan Smith down in Mount Vernon, Rockcastle County, 54 degrees, little drizzle with the fall-like temperatures. 52, the cool spot showing up on the map now into Richmond and across Moorhead. Jackson dropping down to 52 degrees as well. Normal highs should be mid and upper 70s for this time of year. So you want to talk about a shock to the system. Remember yesterday when I said to take the under on temperatures today? Now you see why those readings not getting out of the 50s. Live First Alert Defender, some areas of drizzle out there, but we're watching for any kind of break in the clouds, and we're starting to see that to our northwest. Late this evening across central Kentucky may actually try to break the clouds up just a little bit in time for sunset north of 64. Temperatures will then drop toward the 40s by late this evening, and that temperature drop will carry us through the overnight. Jennifer, by tomorrow morning, readings may start close to 40 degrees in parts of the region. We'll talk about that and better stuff for the weekend in just a few.
Thank you, Chris. A Southern Kentucky man who admitted to killing his girlfriend, then hiding her body, now knows how long he'll spend behind bars. A Pulaski County judge sentenced Johnny Hendricks to 25 years in prison today. He pleaded guilty to the murder of 34-year-old Monica Wells last October. Phil Pendleton talked to Wells' mother about the sentence. It's our top story at 4.
The sentence is 25 years, 20 on murder and domestic violence, 5 on tampering with physical evidence. Johnny Hendricks admitted to beating and killing his girlfriend Monica Wells and then dumping her body in a sinkhole to try to hide it. Brenda Helton approached the bench before the sentencing, telling the judge she actually wished that Hendricks would have received the death penalty, but she said she didn't want her grandson to have to testify in a trial and recount the horrible beating his mother received and that the 8-year-old also witnessed. The judge says the sentence is final and there will not be an appeal, and with this punishment, there's no waiting for an outcome.
They took my daughter, took his mother. I hope he rots. I hope they do to him what he done to my child.
Monica Wells' mother tells me that the murder followed years of abuse. She says she and her husband pleaded with Monica to leave Johnny Hendricks, but she kept going back. She says this case sends a strong message to other women in similar relationships. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Prosecutors say if the case had gone to a jury, the death penalty would not have been an option. And even if jurors sentenced Hendricks to life in prison, he would have been eligible for parole after 20 years. A property owner faces fines in connection with a fire in central Kentucky. Owensville firefighters say someone set a large trash pile on fire on Day Road that caused a lot of smoke in the area. The agency is investigating the fire. No one was hurt and no buildings were damaged, but firefighters say the property owner, James Skaggs, faces fines. While fire officials say yesterday Skaggs admitted to starting the fire, today he said he was inside at the time and has no idea how the pile caught on fire.
It was a big one. There's a bunch of junk in there. What was in there, I don't know. and EPA come and roped me up and said I had to pay to have it cleaned up. How I'm going to get it paid, that I don't know. I'm on a fixed income. The way I've been told, it cost me anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000 to pay to have it cleaned up.
Coming up on WKYT News at 4:30, we'll tell you about the cleanup efforts that are still taking place this afternoon. That's just one of the stories our reporters are working on for WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us from the newsroom with a look at some more of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Well, good afternoon. It's actually me, Jennifer.
Amber.
That's all right. It has been 4 days, and there is still no sight of a missing Monroe County girl. State police have been searching for 2-year-old Lainey. She's believed to be with her mother's boyfriend, 25-year-old Anthony Barber. Troopers did find his car in a field in Tompkinsville yesterday. Police say Barber should be considered dangerous. We'll have the latest in the investigation coming up on WKYT News at 5. A boat valued at more than $12,000 is missing from a Richmond marine outlet, and police say it was stolen. It was around 4 this morning when an officer on patrol noticed the fence at Journey Auto and Boats was cut, and then it looked like a boat was missing. Owners say it took several people to steal that boat because it needed to be pushed through the gate in order to be towed away. You're going to hear from one of the owners coming up on WKYT News at 4:30. And flooding caused by heavy rain last month is still causing problems at an eastern Kentucky lake, and that is not good news for the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. Officials with the Daniel Boone National Forest say it could take weeks for the water to recede because the lake is still 15 feet higher than normal. Several campgrounds and recreation areas are still underwater. However, most areas of the Twin Knob Campground and the Zilpo Campground are open. We'll have an update on how this could impact your holiday plans if you are heading to that lake. That is coming up on WKYT News at 5. That is a look at just some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you, Amber Philpott. Now to some stories making headlines across the nation at 4. The search is on in the nation's capital for the man police believe is responsible for killing 4 people at a mansion not far from the residence of the vice president. Ryan Nobles has the latest on where the chief suspect may be.
It is a murder mystery that has rattled the nation's capital. A wealthy businessman, his wife, their 10-year-old son, and housekeeper all found brutally murdered as their mansion burned. Washington, D.C.'s mayor is asking for help.
If you see something, we're begging of you to say something.
They are looking for 34-year-old Darren Dillon Wint. They believe he is the man caught on this surveillance video near the home of Sava Sovopoulos. Wint's DNA was discovered on the crust of a Domino's pizza that was delivered to the house in what police believe was a lengthy hostage situation. Today, D.C. police revealed that Wint worked at Sovopoulos' business, American Iron Works.
We do believe that there is a connection between this suspect in this case through the business.
Their focus has shifted to New York. Wint's girlfriend lives in Brooklyn, and law enforcement sources say she told police Wint is planning to turn himself in. But even if he's arrested, that doesn't mean the investigation will be over.
We have not ruled out that there are others involved, but I can't comment beyond that.
For now, their hope is to spread Wint's picture as far as they can, with the hope that someone will recognize him.
We've asked that if anyone sees this person to assume he's maybe armed and dangerous and to contact local police.
In Washington, I'm Ryan Nobles reporting.
A Florida man who flew a gyrocopter and landed on the grounds of the U.S. Capitol last month is back in federal court today. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia announced that a grand jury has indicted Douglas Hughes on charges that carry up to 9 years in prison. Hughes said he made the flight to bring attention to the need for campaign finance reform. On Wall Street, a record high for the S&P 500. It closed at 2,131, up 5 points. The Dow was up a fraction, and the Nasdaq added 19. General Motors has announced a $439 million investment to upgrade the Kentucky plant that makes the Chevrolet Corvette sports car. A 2-year construction project begins this summer to build a large paint shop, tooling areas, and other new facilities at the plant. Construction is scheduled to begin this summer and take about 2 years to complete. We'll have more on this story coming up on WKYT News at 5:30. Some good news for breakfast lovers. Bacon is getting cheaper. A pound of the nation's favorite smoked meat is 25% cheaper than a year ago. That's $1.25 in savings. Experts say it's because the supply of pork is easily replenishable. Shoppers should now be able to buy bacon for about the same price as sausage. Spotify has announced it's launching video and podcasts to the music streaming service. It hopes adding more features will encourage people to spend more time on Spotify, resulting in more advertising revenue. Spotify has 60 million customers. 15 million of them are paying subscribers.